Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Well, my name is Rachel Shaw, and I'm here to take you on a little journey about me. So take a seat and let's get started reading this book on me. So, once upon a time in a small little rural town, maybe I can speak English today, in Michigan called Addison, where the cows outnumber the people. Pretty positive that's a real fact, like 99.9% sure. Um, my parents brought me into this world, and I joined their family of two older brothers, like 10 and 11 years older than me, and I joined that family, and it was a great time. um, I would say my childhood was a bit interesting because being in rural Michigan, where you're surrounded by cornfields and more cornfields, you really have to, just make your own fun. So, we learned to be imaginative. We were playing in the woods, we were playing with, frogs in my friend's frog pond, and, we would play on my friend's cow farm because her family owned dairy cows. And that was completely interesting because I'm pretty sure we were doing free child labor. But we thought it was fun. And I would play with my brothers because, I wanted to be their best friend, and they probably thought I was very annoying. But it was a good time because I was their assistant tackling dummy, or rebounding basketballs for them, or, playing WWE SmackDown with them, which was very unfair. So yeah, we just had a grand old time. So I would say, I tried being my brother's best friends. That was the majority of my childhood. Because of the age difference, though, they left when I was really young. So then I kind of became an only child, and that's where, I learned to be self-sufficient, essentially being the baby of the family and, being so young. And then I missed my brothers like crazy, obviously, because, that's all I knew at that point. And then my one brother went off and got married and had a baby. Well, now she's 12. So then I became an aunt, which was pretty cool. And I got a sister, which was what I always wanted. So, it wasn't so bad that they were so much older than me because, I had a good time. So then I grew up a little more. I went to middle school. It was awkward, as always. Pretty sure middle school was an awkward phase for everyone. And then I, played sports. I tried out basketball. Didn't go well for me. I'm more of a lover, not a fighter. And that came out very clearly on the basketball court. And my coach was like, Rachel, you're not very aggressive. You're gonna need to be if you want to be good at basketball. And I was like, not me. So then I tried running because my dad is a 2-time college All-American. And so I was like, well, one of us children has to be good at this. And it was me. And so, I've been running since I was little anyways, with my dad doing fun runs. So, I thought I'd try it out in middle school, and it was a grand old time, and I fell in love. I like the aspect of challenging myself and it being me against the clock. Also, I think cross country is super cool. I like being on the, different courses. I like a challenge. So that's where I found my group of people, was cross country and track. Fell in love, stayed in that till high school, obviously, because that's, that was my love. So high school was a grand old time, as usual. I had 2 foreign exchange students, one from Switzerland, one from Germany. They are still my very best friends to this day. Great time because I didn't have any sisters, obviously, growing up. And so I basically got a live-in sister for 2 years, and it was amazing. So then it was college time, and I, made the decision to go not very far from home, as most people in my town don't, or they do. And I realized there was a whole great big world out there that I definitely wanted to experience. So after 2 years, I made the brave decision, as of only me and about 2 other people that I graduated with did, and I moved out of state. I moved to North Carolina and I finished school there. I lived right outside of Charlotte. It was amazing. First time I've ever lived in a big city, obviously, and it was awesome. And then I was like, well, you know, this is my time to experience everything. So I lived in Key West for a summer. I lived in Boulder for a summer. You know, just try to get out and see the world. And, you know, it's pretty awesome. So once I was out in Boulder for the summer, fell in love. Obviously, how I ended up back here is because it's amazing. I mean, who doesn't want to live by the mountains? And, you know, and like one of the most active places. So then, you know, flash forward to now, and I'm back here, you know, living the dream in a beautiful, beautiful state. So that's a little bit about my journey, my life in like 6 minutes. And to top it all off, you know, now that I'm a full-grown adult and I have, you know, adult things I like, I would say my passions would be mental health. As a person who struggled a lot with mental health, I just want anyone and everyone to know they're not alone, and that, you know, there's a great big world out there with lots of people who can help and lots of people who have probably struggled the same. So whether it be Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, I'm always preaching about it. Always want people to know there's someone around. And also running again, because I like physical health. I think it's important to go along with your mental health. I like corny jokes. Horrible dad jokes. I blame my dad for them, but love them. Very sarcastic, dry humor as well. My favorite. And, you know, I just like the challenge of living out here for an asthmatic, because, you know, let's be brave and move somewhere where the air's thin and, you know, you already have a hard time breathing. So clearly very up for a challenge. So that's just a summary about me and different random things. This candy bag of Rachel. I sure hope you enjoyed the book.